No, not good. Here's my water. Wound is the place where the light enters you. So after a moment, open, that's the door. Wound is the place where the light enters you. So after a moment, open, that's the door. Wound is the place where the light enters you. Wound is the place where the light enters you. Yes. Okay.
Right now, so
That's
in a
fine.
couple of minutes, Dave
Yeah.
will know if the audio is coming through. So you can just like keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. I should be
Okay.
drinking McKellen's. Right
I
now,
am.
so
That's what I'm still doing.
in a couple of minutes, Dave will know if the audio is coming through. So you can just like keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. I should be
Okay.
drinking McKellen's. How come I'm getting it? Right now,
I am.
so
That's what I'm still doing.
in a couple of minutes, Dave will know if the audio is coming through. So
Oh,
you
because
can
I'm
just,
on the
like,
channel. That's why.
keep doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Hang on.
I should be
Okay.
drinking McKellen's. How come I'm getting it? Right
I
now,
am.
so
That's what I'm still doing.
in a couple of minutes, Dave will know if the audio is coming through. So
Oh,
you
because
can
I'm
just,
on the
like,
channel. That's why.
keep doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Hang on.
I should be
Okay.
drinking McKellen's. How come I'm getting it? Right
I
now,
am.
so
That's what I'm
It
still
keeps
doing.
in a couple of minutes, Dave will know if the audio is coming through. So
Oh,
you
because
can
I'm
just,
on the
like,
channel. That's why.
keep doing whatever
I
it
don't
is that
know.
you're doing.
Oh, because that's what it
I
does
should be
when you
drinking
test it on.
McKellen's.
How could you?
I am. That's what I'm still
keeps
doing.
In a
repeating.
couple of minutes, Dave will know if the audio is coming through. So
Oh,
you can
because I'm
just,
on the
like,
channel. That's why.
keep doing whatever
I
it
don't
is that
know.
you're doing.
Oh, because that's what it does when you test it on. How could you? What?
I am. That's what I'm still doing.
Yeah. Hang on. Okay, now that's off. This is muted. All right.
Okay, are you there?
I am.
Is it still streaming through there?
And you can hear Dora and hear me? Give me a second. Oh. Good. Yes. Okay, let me switch a scene, Dave. I'm going to switch to another scene just to make sure. This is the single view I'm going to do. So we're checking that. Let me know when that comes through. Is that a yes? Yes? Okay, let me go to this scene.
Well, hang on. You said yes. That is a yes.
So you see, I'm going to cut over to this. You're going to see this on the screen. Let me know when you see that and if you hear my voice. I know.
Here, you left it. Yes.
And you see it on the screen?
Yes, I do.
And that is also,
I see just that. That's good.
yeah, oh, good.
Now, okay, hang on. Let me see if I get that one.
Okay, I'm going to add music into this, and we're really going to take it to the next level.
Let's do it.
Someday we're going to laugh at all this, like
Oh, I
like tonight.
Can't wait. Can't wait for that day.
So, Dave, when you see this up there, when you see this up on your screen, you should hear music and hear me talking. Is that a thumbs up? All right, we're good. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, you can leave it on for now. Hang on.
Yeah, it's a miracle. Quarantine chic. How much have I fussed with my hair? Quite a bit.
All right. This has been one of the most challenging things I've ever done. Learning this stuff in 4 days and trying to figure out software that I couldn't even spell a couple days ago.
Really.
So here we are. We're back, and I think we have Dora back. I think. Let me adjust this for now.
I'm here.
You're there. How many McKellans are you in right
Just
now?
2. I've been pacing myself.
You've been pacing yourself?
I
All right.
have been.
So if any of your friends are watching, which I know you said you got some text, or if anyone can
Yes.
text and tell us if everything's good, that would be great. Yeah, we have that here, but if it's going out into the world that way, that would be awesome to see that you're not just talking and to you and I and the people that are in your home.
Well, where can they find us?
Facebook.
Are we on YouTube?
We're on Facebook Live.
We are on
Yes, we
Facebook
are.
Live.
We're on Twitch and we're also on YouTube. So if anybody wants to comment, we have a chat box that's on Twitch. If anybody wants to go to Twitch right now, and it's PSP Chris. That's Peter, Sam, Peter, Chris. And you can comment, and the comments will come up on this blog. So on this
Okay.
blog. I said blog. I'm so frazzled
Could be
because
a
of all
video
this.
log.
Video log.
A
It will come
vlog,
up
a
on
vlog.
this live stream, Dora, on this live stream. So I believe we're coming
guess
through. Let
we're
me check with
showing our
my handy
age.
dandy technician, Dave Adario over there. Dave, can you tell me if we're good? Are we coming through good?
I'm still trying to connect.
You're still trying. That's great. That's great. Has anybody told you, Dora? Has anyone told you if
I
they can hear?
texted some of my friends and they haven't responded as of yet. And my family's in the other room.
And your family's
I've-
in the other room? Yes.
Yeah, I'm
you kicked them
stationed
out?
sitting here
You kicked them
working
out?
with you on
So
this.
we're good. I just got the thumbs up. We are good. We are live.
Good.
All right, everybody. I'm going to try this again. This is Quarantine Talk 2, or Quarantine Talk. But my name is Chris Pratt, and in Scotland, we're basically on lockdown, but we don't really have that much cases. All right, that's good. That's good. That's great for Scotland. I'm not Scottish, but I love Scotland.
Good for them.
So we are going to do something I want to do something just for entertainment, for content, and just to kind of pass the time because we all are trying to do the right thing and stay in lockdown. So with me, and now I know it's going out there, is Dora Phillips, all right? She is the owner, one of the owners, a co-owner, or you can explain all this, of the former
Co-owner.
Bayou, which is now a great place, the Hollow. So Dora, I know you did it
Thank you.
before. Nobody wasn't here, but just tell us a little bit about yourself and your
absolutely.
restaurant and all that good stuff.
Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me. I know we've been talking about this for the last couple of days. Hi, everybody. My name is Dora Phillip, and I'm one of the co-owners of The Hollow in downtown Albany. I own it with my husband. He's there pretty much all the time. I'm the person that kind of constructs things from home. So I book all the private events and I work with our chef to devise our menu. I'm in charge of the craft beer program and our wine program and our cocktail program. And it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to work in downtown Albany. And Chris, you and I met 12 years ago. I just got a Facebook memory about it.
Yes,
We were at
yes.
your house somewhere in Albany, and one of my girlfriends, I was new to town, and my girlfriend here brought me over to your house because the two of you were, I guess, dating initially.
I don't recall that, but yeah, that sounds.
Well, that was the story.
Well, it's funny when
I
I
was-
saw that picture. That was my business partner, Alessio. That was his. We had a birthday party, and I believe that you're talking about Christine. Her birthday's in December, so we had a birthday party called December Birthdays Suck.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
we used to do that every year, and because we felt like we always got screwed in December because it's so close to Christmas. So,
It's true.
but
That's how we met. And had we known that all these years later, we would each have a business. on
yeah,
North
it's
Myrtle.
funny because I know you had either sent me that picture or I found that picture like years later, and I was like, oh my God, I met her like years ago.
Years ago. We had no idea.
How long have you and Mike? I know Mike. Those people don't know. Mike was former manager at Jillian's, correct?
Yes, he was the GM. That's how we moved back upstate. So Mike is from this area. He and I met at SUNY Albany, believe it or not, many years ago.
Shout out to you, Albany. Yes.
That's right. That's our alma mater. That's
That's
how
right.
we met. So we, believe it or not, I mean, we were there from 1993 to 1997. So he and I met then. During freshman year, we started dating in sophomore year, and we've been together ever since. So we're now going on 17 years married, but we've been together for about 25 years.
17 years
SUNY
until you had to be
Albany romance.
quarantined together.
Well, I'm not used to him being home this much. So he and I work better apart and we talk a million times to discuss what's happening, to make decisions throughout the day. But no, he and I on premise together, it's not always a good thing because we're both alpha.
Yeah. Well, that happened. So, but
I may be a little more alpha than anybody
no,
else. So
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for
no,
a second.
not at
No.
all.
So Dora, when you guys went in, you took over the Bayou, and
Yes.
those around have been around Albany forever. Remember the Bayou? I remember the Bayou. It was really just a great. It was, you'd go in there, you remember on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, and there'd be lines out the
Oh,
door.
it was
And
the place to be.
there
It
was
the
great
place
bands and
to be.
everything. So you guys go in at a time when Albany, I know for myself, because I was down here too, just with the Pearl Street Pub, when really the bars were really at a decline. So what was the driving force that made you go from the Bayou to the Hollow, which I think in the beginning, a lot of people didn't even know what that meant. Maybe you can explain that.
Yeah, I can certainly touch on all of that. So we moved upstate, back upstate. We were downstate in the city. And we wanted to raise a family. So we bought Mike's parents' house, which the house I'm in now. And we bought the home in 2007. And so Mike was with Jillian's which is your now current home,
Yes.
right? Because you purchased Jillian's years ago. And so we moved up here then because Mike was the general manager of Jillian's for, I want to say about 6 or 7 years. And then the economy crashed. He kept Jillian's open as long as he possibly could. And then it was time to close. And so the owner of Jillian's was also the owner of the downtown Albany Bayou, and then also the Glenville Bayou. So we came to a partnership and we basically bought the Bayou then. Ralph Spillinger, the Spillinger family, they were looking to move out of downtown Albany, focus on their Glenville spot. So then we took over.
You're talking
and we
about the Glenville
operated
Bayou. There was another Bayou, correct?
There was a second, yes. So actually, Mike and I both worked there.
Oh,
when we were
really?
in
I didn't know
college.
that.
Oh, yeah. Mike was the manager when we were in college. Aaron, I know you know my head bar.
Yes.
My head bar manager, Aaron. He worked there. And I was a Friday night waitress. So I waitressed on Friday nights and I had a day job. So that's what I was doing when I was 22 years old. Like
Nice.
Straight out of school.
So
yeah.
like 5 years ago, right? We'll just keep going with
More
that.
like
you know?
20.
That's right. We're in our
years ago,
20s
but yeah.
mentally.
We'll just go with that.
That's
We won't
exactly
talk
right.
about our
Exactly right.
ages.
So for those of you that are just turning, this is Dora Phillips. She is co-owner of The Hollow, downtown Albany. And you are viewing Quarantine Talk, which is just something we were putting together to get people out there and talking about and remembering the amazing staff and people that work in this business. So, and I know we're missing them all, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So, Dora, just talk about The Hollow, the name, how you guys came up with that, because I think that's something a lot of people, I remember when it first happened, I had no idea what that even meant.
So we're actually working on a new website now. It's one of my tasks and goals for quarantine. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that also once we roll that out. So from our story, since Mike has been in the downtown Albany scene for a number of years, he knows, just like you, Chris, he's connected with lots of different people, lots of different personalities. And I believe it was one of the downtown Albany beat cops that are now retired. When they would speak on their walkie-talkies, they would talk about the different areas. And one that they would go to from just on occasion was the Hollow. So when they would speak, it was Sheridan Hollow. That's the name of our little, area, but that's what they named it. It was the Hollow. And so Mike repeated that story to me, and we knew we were going to be a live music place, and we wanted it to have like a hip name and something that was easy to say, something that would sound cool or look good on flyers. That's how my mind thinks. I'm a former marketer from New York City. So when we were delving into what to name our business, all these things were coming up. And that's how it came to be, honestly.
Oh, that's great.
So
Well, I mean, again, I think that some people, especially people that grew up in the area in the Capital District, I hate to say this, and I know you don't want to hear this because it happens with my place. No. I still refer to it sometimes as the Bayou, but not intentionally. It just comes out.
I mean, honestly,
and same people do with us. They still call us Jillian sometimes. So, but
no, and it's fine, and it really is a compliment. The Spillinger family, they were in that spot for 15 years. They were in their Glenville spot for over 20. I mean, and I know you too, just as a business owner, can really say, I mean, that is a tremendous accomplishment. To even survive a year is a tremendous accomplishment. So to be thought of as, you know, in this quintessential downtown Albany spot, which is a landmark building too,
Right.
just to be in that space, to have this, you know, history of music, because the Bayou, the downtown Bayou, that was a huge music spot. Totally different music. They were doing more cover music. So that's not what we do now. You know, we cater more towards like the national touring acts, original bands. That's the type of music that we book.
Right.
And we have agents who know what they're doing. And that's who we strongly rely on. And on also WEQX, where they're a tremendous partner.
Shout out to EQX, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Them.
So, I think, you know, I just want to say, and I've known you guys, and you guys are, you know, a lot of people might think, you know, they talk about competition and everything, but I'm really grateful of the energy and the synergy, if you will, the vibe down here with the owners, and everybody's looking out for each other. So I know that I've heard from different people
Chris.
down here, and we try to support each other. And what you've done with the Hollows is amazing. It really is. The inside, I know it's little by little, you've kind of, you know, your passion, right? It's a work in progress, but it really is. And to walk by there at night and see all the lights and people sitting there and eating, it's a really good.
Thank you.
It's just a good vibe for downtown. So is there anything in reference to what's going on? And again, the one thing I don't want to do is we don't want to get into the politics of it, or you know, I tell people, you know, get a little bit of the news and then just, you know, try to get through and just stay in and do the things that you can, but talk about what you're doing. I know you guys aren't doing takeout, but you mentioned to me, I think yesterday, a little bit about what you're going to do. And finally, if you could just talk about that so everybody knows what's going on.
Absolutely. Thank you. So, you know, we decided to not do takeout. And we talked about it. There are many, many reasons why. Just our overhead is so huge. Based where our business is, it just really didn't make financial sense. We have many staff members that are very nervous and anxious and scared, as we also are. So we didn't want to put them at risk too. We didn't want anybody to have to make that choice. So that was our course of action. So instead, we've been doing a few almost like little moments just here and there. We did a fire sale of our draft beer, which, as you know, Chris, we were gearing up for Pray Day and the St. Patrick's Day week.
I think
we
I need
also
to switch
had
to
the
some
NCAA tournament from the 19th to the 21st. So as all downtown Albany businesses were doing, we were all gearing up. And most of us who have been through this before, we definitely started purchasing product back in February.
Right.
So we have so much inventory based on what we were expecting to be one of our biggest months, even to date, since 2013, since we opened as the Hollow.
Right.
So we did a fire sale of our beer.
Yeah, I saw that you had a pretty good line. I didn't know what was going on. They were separating though. They were keeping their distance.
We didn't think that was going to happen. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we were thrilled that people were so supportive and coming out, and we certainly asked everybody to keep their distance. We weren't allowing people in, just one at a time, to stand right by the front door vestibule area while our staff, you know, cleaned their growler and got it set up. But we needed to, you know, we have 24 kegs that split between both of the bars. So really there's 48 kegs.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of beer to move that we weren't anticipating moving in that manner. So we did what we had to do. And you know what, we actually still have, out of 24, I have about 4 kegs left. So I think we're going to do just a free growler day for first responders.
Oh, that's awesome.
What we're going to do, just to unload the rest of it. We're going to, you know, what are we going to do with the beer? We certainly can't drink it. We would prefer to share it with people that are really on the front lines and that are
No,
doing
I think
such
that's great.
wonderful
That's
work.
awesome. And when you're ready to do that, let me know and we'll get it out there
Oh, that would be
and
great.
promote
That
it.
would be
So
terrific. Soon, I think maybe next week, very early next week. So we just did we did some quarantine packages yesterday. So that was our second attempt at moving product and to, making a little bit of money to put towards bills because,
yeah.
as you know, rent was due yesterday.
Yes. Ugh.
As is
Again,
everything
another
else.
shot.
Everything,
drink.
Mike and I were just talking, and he even said, and Mike is the person that pays very close attention to the finances and deals with a lot of that aspect of our business. And he said, you know what, I just completely forgot was March sales tax and March credit card fees.
Yeah.
So that's all happening and hitting,
Yeah.
even though we've only worked for 2 weeks out of March. So it's more money to come up with without generating revenue at all.
Right.
As
Yeah.
you know, you're going through all of that too.
Yeah. And I think that this is the thing that everyone's dealing with, especially in our industry. It's been hit so hard. I mean, because so many of the people that work for you and for me and for so many people, not just in Albany, but around the world, really, their livelihood is who would have ever thought that this, right. It's just, but I'm really optimistic that we're going to get through this. And I really think that doing stuff like this is good to keep people informed, but also, just things that we can do to kind of lift up people's spirits. So I appreciate your time. All right. I have 2 questions, last questions for you. What's your favorite song? Favorite song? You're on an island. Favorite song. And,
Oh, dear.
I know you're not, you're not as
Dating
much of a
myself,
music
Chris.
person.
I have to think of
You're
this.
on an island and you have one song that you have to listen to. It's your last song. What is it?
My last song, probably something by Ed Sheeran. Is that terrible to say?
No, that's not. That's not.
I love Ed Sheeran.
I would play it
I
if,
don't know.
but I'm afraid Facebook is going to mute it because it has copyright protection.
Oh, then don't.
Yeah.
Then don't.
Yeah.
Probably
And-
something by Ed Sheeran or Halsey. I love her too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And what are you watching, if anything, on TV right now during quarantine or
Oh my
not?
God. All right. So many things. So I just started Ozarks.
Okay. What
A
season?
few nights ago. That's set in
No spoiler alerts. No spoiler
Missouri.
alerts, please. The people are going to send me
I
messages.
won't talk about it. It's on Netflix. I think it's from several years ago with Jason Bateman. But my favorite all-time show, and I've watched it maybe 5 times from start to finish. I started it again recently. Schitt's Creek.
Everybody talks about this. I have
that's my
not.
all-time
I couldn't. I watched the
favorite.
first episode. I'm part of it, and I just couldn't. Maybe it was just an
now
off
I need
night.
you to watch it again
Okay.
because watch the first episode again and you'll just get a total kick out of it just being now in this sort of situation.
Okay.
It's very relatable.
Fair enough.
to some degree.
All right, Dora. I really appreciate you doing this. You're the first one. And you were very patient. You've been on since 7:30, and it took us 2 hours to finally get the audio
That's
and the video and everything straight now. So I hope you come on again. And
I would love to. Please let me know whenever you.
Let me know when you guys are doing that, and hopefully, if we can keep this going, we'll get it. We'll get it out there so people know what's going on.
And I would love for us to talk about our future events too, because we have our big event. I don't know if it's happening yet. Pearl Palooza.
Yes, I know.
It's slated for the 19th of September, and we have Yoga Palooza that is a precursor to Pearl Palooza. So we're hopeful that it will still happen. September is a while away, but we feel like just from chats with different people that by September shows will start back up again.
Yes.
We're hopeful.
Yeah, I think we're all hopeful of that. But again, let's get the message out. If everybody just keeps the social distancing, stays inside, and we can get this, as they say, bring the curve down, and maybe we can make this happen quicker. Flatten the curve. That's right. All right, Dora.
Everybody
thank you
stay
so
safe.
much.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be calling on you again. I'll talk to you. All right.
Perfect.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right, everybody. That was Dora Phillips from the Hollow. So if you guys need to get a drink, you might want to go get one right now if you want to stick around for a little bit. So I'm checking with Dave, our sound guy. How's it going over there, Dave? Can you talk into the microphone? You're like the
Testing 1 2 3.
testing 1 2 3.
Proper modulation.
Proper modulation. Does anybody know where that's from? That's Howard Stern's father. He says, you check the mic for proper modulation.
You have to look at the green tube.
Yes, yes. So, again, if you're just joining, my name is Chris Pratt, and I am partner and owner of the Pearl Street Pub. And this is Quarantine Talk, and we're going to be here hopefully during the week at night and just doing some different things. We're not in the dungeon. We're in the pub that is empty, and we've got toilet paper. I don't know, go left or right, but there it is. And we got toilet paper. We have the essentials. We have vodka back there. We have Lysol wipes and a cowboy hat. That's what we've got. So all these things that I'm doing here, it's taken about a week to put all this stuff together, and I think it's going to get better as we go. So because the way this is done, there's a delay, I can't see any of the comments that are coming across. So if you do want to comment, go to Twitch. If you don't have Twitch, you should get it. Go to Twitch, and you want to go to PSP Chris. That's Peter, Sam, Peter, Chris. Is that right? Peter, Sam, Peter, Chris. Go there. Yes, go there. You can help me out with that. Yeah. You can go there and you can do that, and then I can see them in real time, and then I can comment on them as they come across the screen. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about was, it's amazing to me how many people, and Dave, I'm sure you've seen this, how many people, the minute this happens, we're developing memes. We're putting memes together. Were you getting a lot of those?
Yeah.
Yeah? Wow. You're real talkative tonight, aren't you? So,
Very technical here.
Technical? You're trying to get technical over there? So what I thought we'd do is I'm going to show a couple memes that I thought were good. And, they're kind of they are PG. So I've gotten some ones that are pretty interesting. But these are ones that I found pretty funny. So let's see who's really behind the coronavirus. So those of you if you're wondering why I have all this toilet paper, and you're not living in this United States, because for some reason everybody feels like toilet paper is just they had to get it, they had to buy it. And I'm wondering how many people out there really have so much toilet paper right now that they wonder why they bought it all. So I don't know what people thought was going to happen, but we do have plenty of toilet paper out there. So this is another meme I found. And those of you that are office people, I love The Office. A lot of times when there's nothing going on. Do I have music going? No, I don't. Why? Do you hear music? Oh, I did have a little bit of it going. So I love The Office. A lot of times when I get home at night, late at night, closing the bar or something, The Office is the one thing that I'll watch. So if anybody remembers that episode, is a great episode. Actually, I saw it the other day when what's his name? They got married. See, I can't even remember. Who? Come on, help me out. The Office with Jim. When Jim wore a tuxedo because he was trying to mess with Dwight, but the new boss came in and Jim was a little miffed by it. So that's a pretty good meme. So another meme that's out there is I'm no expert on COVID-19, but this is the cure. This is for all the people that are over the age, I believe, probably a 30, 35, maybe older. So you're not hearing me? Okay. How about that? Try that. I turned it off. So that's another meme. So what I was thinking was, how can we get some people to meme some other pictures? I don't know if I'm much of a meme person. Meme, not mean, but meme person. But this is a picture that I found on the internet. Does not have any text on it or anything. But if someone out there would just play along and go on Twitch and just give me some sort of meme on that, or if you want to email us at quarantinetalk2@gmail.com. If you email us your Twitch on that, you can save that. You can either take the picture off of this or save it, or you can send us a meme that you think would work. We're going to take it and we're going to put it on there. So. Again, if there's anybody out there that wants to comment on it, you can go to Twitch and go to PSP Chris and comment on that. So I think that that's something that we'll put up on our Facebook page, and maybe people can comment on that. And then I saw this one, which I thought could be a good meme, and that's just a cat having fun with some toilet paper. So that could be done also. So if anybody, again, wants to comment on that, I'm getting crickets out there. It's all crickets. So if anybody wants to go to Twitch, come on, guys, go to Twitch, get on there and give us some comments. And I can give you both the pictures again, and maybe we can come up with some good memes for this, and we can start off from that. So that went over like a lead balloon. So, but I can't see the Facebook comments. That's the problem with this software. So one of the things we want to do is we want to, if anybody wants to play a game, we are going to give away a Pearl Street Pub hat that is very similar to the one I'm wearing, and also 6 rolls of toilet paper. But we need someone to send us an email so we can zoom in on you at quarantinetalk2@gmail.com. That's quarantinetalk2@gmail.com. So if anybody emails us and just says, I want to play, or I'm in, and we will send you a Zoom, and we'll get you on the screen, and you can play the game. So that's quarantinetalk2@gmail.com. All right. So moving on, one section of the program I believe is important is what are you listening to, and what are you watching? So I think it's important that during this time, you can only go so far, with Netflix and TV. I know myself, it just gets boring after a while, or it's just like the same. It's amazing how much content is on there and how much stuff is just not even worth watching, or you're not even watching, or you don't even want to watch. So I just thought we could do a little thing that, what are you listening to? What are you watching? What is it that you're reading right now? So I have a recommendation for people out there that are looking for something good. This is a movie that is on Netflix, I believe. I think I saw it on Netflix. So, and it's called Lost Girls. And this is based on a true story about the disappearance of a number of girls, I believe, down in the Long Island area. And it's got Amy Ryan in it. Now, Amy Ryan, for those of you that are kind of movie buffs out there, Amy Ryan was in The Office. If you remember, she was Michael's love interest. She was also in The Birdman, or Birdman. It wasn't called The Birdman. Birdman with Michael Keaton. And she was also in a really good movie called Gone Baby Gone, which was directed by Ben Affleck's brother, Casey Affleck. But I definitely recommend this movie. It's not a feel-good movie, but it's done really well. And I think you'll enjoy it because she's just a really, I believe, underrated actress. She's been in all those movies, and I don't think I've ever seen her get any type of awards or know of any awards from. So that's one thing that I've watched, and that I recommend to watch. And then the other thing is listening. So listening, some people listening to music, some people listening to podcasts. This is a podcast that's called You're Wrong About That. And this one I actually started today when I went walking this morning. But this is on the O.J. Simpson trial, and this particular podcast is about Marsha Clark. And it was really amazing. This morning, my walk takes about an hour, and I listened to a good hour of it. And it was really amazing to hear some of the details that never came out in the media, that were never really brought up at all. And one of the facts, and I won't give it away, but one of the facts that were on there was that it was the dog. It was the Nicole Brown Simpson's dog that got out, and a neighbor found the dog, and the dog had blood all over his paws, and the neighbor took the dog back to his house, and his next door neighbor came, and they said, well, we don't know whose dog this is, and because she had just recently moved into the neighborhood, and they started walking the dog down by her house, and the dog was pulling them until he finally got to the house, and he stopped there, and then the police or the neighbors couldn't get in. The gates were locked. Went into the neighbor next door, knocked on the door. The woman in that house was very elderly and felt that she was being broken into. She thought it was a burglary. So she called 911. The cops came, and when they came, they said, no, we were trying to find out who owns this dog. And then they proceeded to go over there and get into the gate and find Nicole Brown. So it's all these little stories and about Marsha Clark and about her hairdo, about the beginning of the case, the day before the case. It's really a great listen to, and it's really insightful if you can't get enough of the OJ stuff. So that's something that you might want to take a look at. That's You Were Wrong About That, and that's a podcast. And then as far as reading, I'm not going to lie, I'm not much of a reader, but the last book I did read was this book. It was called Open by Andre Agassi, and these are his memoirs. And I got to tell you, I don't know, again, if you're a tennis fan, or I'm not a big tennis fan. I enjoy tennis. I love watching the Grand Slams. But Andre Agassi won 8 Grand Slams. He's married to Steffi Graf, and I know that, I don't know if it's true today, but I know at the time he had signed the most lucrative Nike deal ever. It was the longest deal. I believe it was a 20-year deal that he had signed with Nike. And I believe to this day, Andre Agassi still has a school in Las Vegas that he funds, 100% funds, that takes care of underprivileged children and gives them a good education. This is a really good book. Even if you don't really know much about him, this book is so raw and so open about his addictions, about his life, about his father, about the way he was brought up. So this is another one. So again, let me go back to that. You're Wrong About That. Great podcast. Has all right now, the O.J. Simpson trial, Marsha Clark. It's got Barry Scheck, all the people, and it breaks them down in all the different stories. And then Open, again, like I said. And then as far as watching, I would definitely recommend Lost Girls. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back and play a game if anybody wants to play. Again, to play, all you got to do is send us an email at quarantinetalk2. That's quarantinetalk2 at gmail.com. And hopefully we can get somebody and we can play a game. So, all right, I'm going to take a little pee break, if that's all right, and maybe a drink break. And maybe if you guys want to do the same, you can do that. And we'll be right back.
fuck with my mind like that we're wrong, can't keep it right. No, no. Poison, but we're perfect. See the revenge in your eyes. Spare the goodbyes, replace them with fights. Oh, the gun, hand on the trigger. Can't pull the trigger, consumed by your figure. Me and you make one messed up masterpiece. Disaster filled dream bound to be going up in flames. You know I love the pain. We're going
All right.
up in flames. We're going up. We're going.
If you're just watching, just skimming by and saw us on here, we're trying to get this thing going. It's the first night, and we had some technical problems, so we started later. So I understand if people are already in bed. I know myself during these quarantine times, I'm going to bed really early and up really early, so it's very unique. We're looking to find someone that wants to play a game. We have toilet paper to give away, TP, and a Pearl Street Pub hat. All you got to do is send us an email to quarantinetalk2@gmail.com, and we'll get you on Zoom, and you can play a game. So come on, there's got to be somebody out there that wants to play. Amuse me so that we can feel like all this work has not been for naught. So one of the things I think that's important to understand and why we want to do this is that we really want to support and shout out all the local restaurants and bars and really all the hospitality places that are really hurting right now, and encourage you to thank you, first of all, for supporting all of us. We were doing takeout and Grubhub at the Pearl for the first 2 weeks, and it just wasn't really productive for us. We're not a takeout place, but there are a lot of places out there that are continuing to do it, and they really need your support. And if you can spread the love, if you will, around and support all of them, it would be great. There's a lot of people out there really hurting right now, and this is their livelihood. And it's the first of the month, and there's rents that are due, there's bills that are due that are just coming that have to be paid. So any support with that would be much appreciated. So we're going to try to be here tomorrow night at 7:00, and you're going to get another guest. I'm going to make some phone calls tomorrow, and I've already talked to a couple people in the business that said that they would be more than happy to come on and talk a little bit like Dora did from the Hollow, and talk about their business and what they're doing. So any suggestions, send them to us at quarantinetalk2@gmail.com. Tomorrow we'll have a Facebook set up, and we should have a Twitter and an Instagram set up. But we know we're going to be here for at least 3 to 4 weeks, and hopefully not much more than that. But this is a medium that can be used to get the word out. It's a medium that can be used to support people that really need the support right now. And not only that, it can be entertainment. So it's just another form of entertainment, because I know that a lot of people have texted me and just told me how bored they are, how you don't realize how important it is, just your everyday life, that you go out and, can shop or go to the mall or go see a movie, and those things are just taken away, absolutely away. So hopefully we can do that. So, Dave, do we have anybody that wants to play? Any new emails? Nobody out there wants to play, huh?
So is it just me?
You're afraid not? No.
Shane is watching, though.
Shane's watching. I don't know if Shane. Nobody wants to go on and be on Zoom, I guess, but that's all right. That's all right. We'll still we're gonna put this thing together. We're gonna make it work. So, again, I appreciate it. You want me to give you the questions? You want to play, Dave? Do you want to play?
Sure.
Not even Dave. Dave doesn't even want to play. Wow, man! You just shot me down, brother. Oh, hold it. There's somebody with a drink. That's Rick. Oh, hey, Rick, you're there. I see you. You have toilet paper. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get you in here, if I actually can do that. Hang on a minute.
We have a studio guest.
We have a studio guest. Yes, we do. Now I got to see if I can get him in the. in the system. Dave, that was terrible, by the way, what you just did. Huh? Rick, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Darn.
Hang on one second. You're not muted. So is it your phone? Are you muted on your phone or your device?
I'm on the
hang
lap.
on. No, I know why. Let me turn the music off. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you still.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, all you thousands of people out there.
I think there's 3 of us.
There's 3 of you. That's all right, Rick. We're gonna
Dora
do
was
this.
watching a few minutes ago after her interview.
Oh, yeah. Did you enjoy that? Was everything good with that?
I loved it.
Good. I'm going to try to get you up. This is we're working with this OBS, so it's kind of finicky sometimes. So I don't know why, but for some reason I have you on Zoom, but it will not bring you up on the screen, and I'm trying to figure out why. But give me 1 second. I'm going to try this. If not, we're just going to go with your voice. How's that?
Works for me.
Is that all right? And you can play our little trivia game.
Got a face for radio.
You got a face for radio. Yes. I don't know why this isn't working, but start video. What if I just do that? You think that will work? Start video? Nope, still not working. Okay. So, Rick, I appreciate it. First of all, can you I know who you are, but just tell us to anyone that's listening who you are and what you do for Albany, because you do amazing stuff.
My name is Rick. I've lived here for actually it's about 20 years. September of 2000, I moved here to go to RPI, and for the last 15, 16, 17 years, I've been doing marketing. So I help local businesses reach more customers, or at least I try to. The last 10 of those years, I've been doing all the advertising for Albany.com. So I work with a lot of bar owners, restaurateurs, malls, attractions, a whole bunch of businesses that have completely transformed in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's you're the guy that gets all our information out there, and I think what's the number of like daily visits in a normal situation you guys pull to that site?
Albany.com's over 100,000 a month, so I guess that's, what is that divided by 33,000 a day at least?
Yeah, no, that's for this area. I think that's great, especially with all the resources. I mean, all the other avenues people can use to look up information. So maybe at some point we can get the Zoom working and have you on again and talk about some other stuff. Would that be something you'd be willing to do?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. All right. So for now, though, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. All right. And if you get 2 out of 3 right, I'm going to send you 6 rolls of toilet paper.
Oh, no. I already have one from when I ordered steak last week.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's right. We were doing a roll of toilet paper with every meal. So, and people got a kick out of that. So having said
the
that,
steak was really good, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Tell everybody how good that steak was, because I've been complaining that Albany didn't really have steak.
Yeah, our chef Grasso, he does a great job. So, all right, you ready? First question: what percentage of the world's population does not use toilet paper? What percentage of I'm going to give you 3 choices. What percentage of the world's population does not use toilet paper? Is it A, 35%, B, 45%, or C, 70%? What percentage of the world's population does not use toilet paper?
The question scared me until I remembered that a lot of Europe uses bidets. So I'm going to go with the middle one, the 45%.
You're going to go with 45%? I wish we had a sound effect. We got to get sound effects going. No, that's terrible. No, it is not 45%, Rick. It is 70%. 70% of the world's population. That is, I can't even fathom that. 70% of the world's population does not use toilet paper. So think about that. All the people that are buying toilet paper up like crazy, That's not an issue in 70% of the world, all right? It's only an issue in our population and wherever the other percentage of stuff is. So you got one wrong. You got two more chances to win 6 rolls of toilet paper. And I know you're excited about that, all right? What percentage of Americans steal toilet paper from hotels? Is it 2%, 7%, or 13%? What percentage of Americans steal toilet paper from hotels? 2%, 7%, or 13%?
Go with 13.
13?
Number.
So is that your final answer?
It is.
Sound effect? That's what? That's horrible. You're supposed to go, all right? Wow. No, I'm sorry, Rick. You are wrong on that one. It is 7%. 7% of Americans steal toilet paper from hotels. 7%. And that's still pretty high if you think about it. People have to steal toilet paper from hotels. So, okay, and the last one. So you're out of it, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. I'll give you a roll of toilet paper if you can get the last one. How's that? Another roll. I'll send you another roll. The average person uses how many rolls of toilet paper per year? Average person uses how many rolls of toilet paper per year? Is it 80 rolls, 100 rolls, or 150 rolls? 80 rolls, 100 rolls, or 150 rolls?
80?
80? No, Rick. You're wrong again. That's the new sound effect.
Buttons.
Yes. 100 rolls. The average person uses 100 rolls of toilet paper a year. So, Rick, I'm sorry. I'm shocked that you're not a toilet paper aficionado, that you don't know all the ins and outs, pun intended, of toilet paper. But I appreciate you because it seems like you're the only one watching right now. No.
So there goes my world famousness.
Yeah. I appreciate it. And I really thank you for Albany.com. What are you guys doing right now, man? What is your plan of attack with all this?
I was actually working while listening to you interview Dora. I researching everybody that's doing takeout, even non-clients right now.
Okay.
Any business that's in business doing takeout, whether it's craft beverages, and I'm compiling lists upon lists. Obviously, I know every other chamber of commerce and other like Capitalize Albany is even sponsoring a list. But we want to make sure we have the most correct information as is possible because we want to support everyone.
No, and I think everybody appreciates any type of support in a way of social media, emails, or anything like that for everything that we're going through. So, hey, man, I really appreciate it again. I'll be in touch with you. All right. And hopefully we can have you on again to do a little bit more in-depth interview, learn a little bit about you. Is that cool?
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right, everybody. I know all of you have been watching this whole time, and I appreciate it. So we're going to be here tomorrow night. We're going to fine-tune things a little bit, but 7 o'clock probably to at least 8:30. We'll see, depending on if people participate. So if you want, you can find us on YouTube. We'll put the link on our Facebook page. Like I said, I'm gonna develop a Facebook page tomorrow. Just here to basically support the people that are in the hospitality business, and also provide some content, and also take up some time that it's just being passed by doing nothing. And hopefully it does that for everybody. So we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, and maybe you can participate a little bit more then. All right. Have a good night, everybody.